Already 2 of my teammates following on Lichess. So as preparation, I saw they did the last 2 days like 200 bullet games. Okay. That was still the most likely scenario. I think they almost always play with knight c3. Yes. So now, yeah, no. I haven't even actually checked what they would play against the Grunfeld, so I'm not going to fake consider it. Okay. Yes. That's happy to see that we will go in an actual King's Indian. Some knight f3, g3, bishop c2 was very much possible. Yeah, I said they actually like said on Slack on a message that I could read that I would play King's Indian Makhakanov. So I think they play it with knight f3 and then h3. Although, yeah, you could also start here with h3. That is what I actually played when so yeah, they do it. Go straight away for h3. I think they have very little actual games. Although they have so many games, like it's impossible for me to like check everything. Like mostly in positions where they were like they reached a position, for example, 20 times, and 1 or 2 they played another move, and 18 times they played the same move. I always ignored those 1 or 2. Like otherwise the tree the tree would go on forever and ever. So yeah, this could still. Yeah, so now we are officially. I'm officially out of what I looked at. This was actually the move I played when I played. I have with white. I've played in this position. I started with knight f3, then at some point I switched to bishop g5, and then I switched to bishop e3. So I'm thinking like, are there any tricky lines? Like after c5, is this pawn capture line here? I assume it's way more a line compared to when they have played with f3. I know, like, I'm not considering e5 here. I know, like, that's basically white gets like a dream version of King's Indian play. When you play e5 here and d5, and this knight goes actually here, you go g4, knight g3, and it's actually white that starts attacking on the king side. Yeah, I think... Oh, am I going ever to play something else than c5? But I don't know what I will do after they capture. That's the problem. Like if they play d5, I'm not... That's... Like then I will figure it out, but... What do I do if they play c5? If they take... Like here... And this. I don't need to... After c5, I don't need to recapture, but... Also then, what do I play else? I guess something like knight e6, but then they just captured. What do I have for the pawn there? Not that much. Yeah, even in these lines with c4, take, and bishop here, or let's say they capture, now they are even attacking here too. And they have reasonable development. It's not that the knight is blocked, which is the big difference when the pawn is here. I guess one difference is that this pawn is not overprotected. It's still defended, but... So maybe take and queen e5, and this pawn is actually hanging. Maybe that's the line. Okay, I think I will go for that. I'm not sure about it, but need to play something. Like, and if I'm not playing e5, which, yeah, I can, like, they do this with like some like semi-waiting moves. But yeah, I don't feel... I'm not at that point in my King's Indian yet that I can do some waiting moves and then decide in the structure later. We could still go actually into what? Maroxy. Not my a line that is actually no longer in my repertoire, but yeah, one of the reasons I changed my repertoire, but I still would feel like I still have such an experience advantage in the structure that I wouldn't mind that much. So if they were to play with knight f3 here. At that point I still could like do queen e5. No, I don't think then they will just get at some point very... Like if they, for example, if they play knight f3, I play queen e5, they play d5. In those Benoni structures, do I really want my queen on a5? I don't think so. And then knight f3 is a move they very much want to play. So then I feel I don't have the option here to like... They already work at a very decent Benoni if they want it here, I think. No, yeah, the one thing I could argue is that the bishop on e3 is actually slightly misplaced. Like it's... yeah. So the advantage of e3, it's keeping this square way open for the bishop for the knight, so it's the one square where it's like it can't get, yeah, and with h3 it cannot get hit, and it's out of, like for example, when I played Benoni's, I did this knight f3, knight e2 directly, and so then the bishop on c1 was like locked behind it. So now it's already out, but it's on a like only a semi-developed square. But it at least has access to the board, but likely at some point it will need to move again. But yeah, anyway, I need to really think about this. I assume I play e6 here. So yeah, this d5 might very well be the best move, but I'm still very much happy to see it. Like, I was really unsure what to do after the capture on c5. Like, yeah, I think I would have gone for queen e5. But I feel in these kind of lines, yeah, often the queen is going into adventures where it's not really clear where they're going to. So natural moves for them here, for sure knight f3 to go to d2, where the knight is excellently placed, assuming this capture happens at some point. Bishop e2 is just normal developing move, just getting one step closer to castling. d3 likely not that interesting, it will just get hit by knight e5 at some point. Even sometimes this knight, but more likely the other. In theory, like some f4 business is possible. But yeah, I think knight f3. This capture is not completely unreasonable. I have actually also two options in that case. Like the capture here has some positive sides, since it like make sure that they don't have access to d5, while I have access to d4. But yeah, this obviously has the advantage of very quick natural development, but I am left with this backward t6 pawn. So that's the back and forward there. Okay. Think I will clear up the tension. Sometimes, yeah, they wait with this, but I feel it makes it just I just know now for sure what is its structure, and I can play around it. The natural move here is of course e6, after which we will see e4. But yeah, I can include that at any point. But yeah, with waiting it, maybe I go sometimes for knight e6. Rook e8, natural move. I expect we see knight e2 then. Yeah, and this is, yeah, I think this is just a dream, sort of a dream setup of a Benoni. Although they played this very early bishop e3, can I make somehow use of that? Is there something like tactical that I can do? Like, if you would have gotten here from a Benoni move order, like, then and for example the last move being bishop e3, more likely than bishop, the move would be instead knight e2 or bishop e2, I think. And also this quite early h3. But I don't really see how to make use of it. Since yeah, getting my knight somewhere to e5, which will just get hit by f4. I guess there is there, not sure what the move order is, but rook e8, knight e2. Is there the option to take and play f5 and then f4? That's maybe a tactical option. I'm not thinking. Yeah, I don't remember this either of like from when I was playing it from the right side. These tactics exist, but is it here? Rook e8. Let's say they play knight e2. Natural move. If they, for example, they can also defend it with bishop d3. But then at least my knight e5 will be with the tempo. Unsure if that's good, but that's another point. Good here, queen b6, queen c2. Could already take here and play rook e8 actually. Like, is it possible that actually e takes d5 is forced in this position? Must be forced, and that this doesn't work. So rook e8, knight e2, take. And let's say they take with one of the knights and play f5. Sometimes also no, moves like that doesn't work, it's with a check. Oh, no. I feel it doesn't work here. Let's say knight e2 take. Not sure with what knight, but let's say this knight f5, knight g5. Oh, no, knight g5 that doesn't work. That's pinned. But I guess that's anyway, no matter which knight. Okay, so that's already good. That doesn't work. So then the knight has this square, then f4. It kind of looks okay. And then there is the option of the other move order, but I guess that at least gives them a little bit more options. Not sure what those are. Then maybe bishop c5 is a move. Unsure, no. I'm sort of... Okay, let's... In all these 94 tactics, I always need to play rook e8, right? So... Okay. Yeah, now after a move like bishop d3, do I still go for this tactic or not? It feels a little bit more powerful when they are still like 2 moves away of castling compared to 1. But maybe if the tactic is just good, it's good. Okay, so one of the knights, I don't know which, so f5. Here we just snap it off. Although 94, so 92, 94, let's say take f5, let's say they just ignore it and take. Now is this straight good for me? Now it should be good for me. Could also be that I actually should have included this at some point even. Maybe they realize this and go for e5. Oh, and then this hangs actually. So e5 is not at all crazy. Maybe I should have started with this. Okay, they do this. Lot of options, like here. The knight could sacrifice itself for one of these 2 pawns. For example, for this pawn. Although then I'm still having f4 in the pocket. So then they still need to do something about that. Yeah, the only move really to where they don't go for like some sort of a sacrifice back. It's 92, then f4. I think in general these tactics should be good for me. Where can the knights go to? g5, I take it, since there's a pin. g3, just even more runs into f4. d6, I take. There's still the pin. f4 is threatened. Yes, now they have this passer. At c5. I take. And there is a pin. Yes, there is some. Is there bishop b5 somewhere? That I didn't consider. Maybe because of that I should have. Okay, that could be a reason to not play a6. I still assume they will reply with a4. If not, if they now want to stop this tactic and do something else, then I play b5 and I'm anyway happy. So that's like I'm not. If I get a6 b5, then it's a success. Maybe it could be that knight e4 was better, but that's not that big of a scare at that point. So let's see here. Although they still first, but maybe after f5 bishop b5. Yes, that looks a reasonable idea. I think I'm gonna start with a6. With the idea of next move 94. Now the downside of having this inclusion. Yeah, I guess it takes away a6 for me. And in some lines where they sacrifice back, it could be that some squares are a bit more weakened. But yeah, there are also upsides for me. Like the square is weakened. There's also like some queen b6 stuff. So 94, either knight, f5, knight goes back, f4. I think that looks very reasonable. I think I go for it. If I did some stupid blunder, it's like that. I think I over. Okay, I'm gonna put my air on. Looks like there are 13 people on Lichess. Find some familiar faces. Hope there's also some activity on Twitch. Like you can freely discuss the position. I can't read anything. Like the only way to communicate with me is like you can say hydrate. That I can see. If you use the commands stuff. Hi, and it's not only specific that to be clear, but ooh, Jokic. Who are you? Ooh, eating. Okay. Good idea. I think I'm gonna anyway go to the bathroom. I will stop also for a little bite. Let them figure this out. I think I already. Okay. Obviously not gonna think about this. Hope I didn't lose too much time with this. I'm gonna just take back the pawn, so and the piece, so I have won a pawn. Obviously I weakened some squares a bit, but still this some knight squares are weakened. This knight could go to e5, although then that hangs this pawn. Could also just go to f6. This bishop obviously can go to f5, but then it could get hit by g4. And like this, looks like I3 should be better here. I was thinking, yeah, there were some lines where they could try to at least get a pawn back. Since, you know, this pawn is also just a weakness, I think. At least if they're in lines where they sacrificed for one of these two pawns, then this became... Also, it's still a target, but also a strong passed pawn. But I guess then, yeah, this e-file didn't get closed, so maybe there was still tactical issues after that. Not sure why they decided to not go for that. And there are some lines I could go for a king-side attack still. Like my queen can go here. Sometimes I can sacrifice. Sometimes my bishop can go here. Since they don't have the natural defending square of the pawn anymore. I guess they could try to get this pawn back with queen c2. But so queen c2, bishop f5, g4. In that case, where do I drop the bishop back? Do I go back to d7? where it blocks the natural square of the knight. But at least I think I probably even go back all the way back to c8. But is that worth 2 tempi? It obviously would weaken their king, but it might be not worth 2 tempi. Also in lines with queen c2. Maybe after knight e4, I could think about sacrificing the exchange, then take on b2 with the tempo. Next bishop c3 maybe. But then yeah, all my development advantage is completely gone. Can also after queen c2 just play queen e7. Keep hold of this pawn a bit. Next get a knight somewhere in. And then I guess final the bishop. Yeah, it's quite likely still at some point I want to try to get in the b5 break. Which is for the moment of course a little bit hard to get in, but still. So like a potential line, something like this, castle, knight here. Not sure even what the next move would be. Something like rook e1, knight f6, and bishop d7, rook b8, b5. Obviously, like white has a couple more moves. Likely at some point, rook b6. After which, I guess I wouldn't be able to play b5. Since after the capture, I don't have this pawn would be hanging. And because there is a queen on c2, yeah, often it's like maybe a trade of these pawns, but with the queen on c2, I'm not able to take on b2. Alright, it still could be something very playable. But that I then start pressuring the p file. But yeah, my queen is in these lines on e7, so yeah. Even yeah, if I'm here better, it's not at all that easy. I'm ever thinking about h5 to sort of give me the square. It's still like g4 is still a possibility, but then at least they would need to open up the g file, the h file, which maybe I could use, although I don't even see that. Yes, I guess queen h4. The issue is that the knights with queen h4, they're gonna play queen d2, and then bishop g5 is actually even trapping my queen. So then I would need to like play something like bishop f6. Although in those lines there is e3 cutting the connection. Yeah, I can take back with the bishop, but maybe I can argue that they lost too much time doing that. Because maybe my bishop is somewhere already sacrificed on h3. For example, yeah, so let's say the castle. I play queen h4, they play queen d2, play bishop h3. And yeah, for some reason they can't capture back, which I think here they can, but like it meant one extra piece. It could be maybe dangerous. It's for sure dangerous, that sacrifice. So that they decide to play bishop g5 instead. Although then after e3 they can anyway take. I take here and they take here. And now this recapture is not at all scary. So that tactic doesn't work. Although it's not the end of the variation, since I have bishop here and this bishop is also hanging. That are a lot of arrows. Don't know if that was any clear. So that's actually queen h. It's a concrete line possible in this position. E3, bishop takes here. Here, 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 and here. And I think in the end I have an excellent position. Except, yeah, they somehow could get back to my slightly weak back rank in that position, but I don't think. And like the fact that these two pieces are still undeveloped, I don't think that's the case. I even have like that in a pawn, a very strong pawn on d2. But yeah, the whole variation is obviously also not forced. For example, after the queen h4 and sacrifice, maybe they just can capture it. And is this not fast enough? Like also with my rook on e8 instead of f8, it's a little bit more tricky to get it in the attack. They have just also these two bishops are covering a lot of potential rook lift squares and stuff like that. So I feel like, yeah, maybe that line could be a drawing line. Like that I can give somewhere some perpetual or something. Combined with the bishop. No, it's for sure not at all crazy, the idea. They have taken a lot of time, but of course they are very well known for that. Okay, posture check. Okay, my posture can be anything. Okay, are they thinking about going long here? That looks very ambitious. Think I go 97 now. I want to get this knight to an active square, and then likely next bishop d7 and try to play for b5. I don't think they can ever go for long castling, but maybe they are just It's like a semi-waiting move. They have, but they are maybe setting up. Yeah, that's. I can never imagine this not being a good move. Like, is my posture better? So, high duty. No. So, you have you will have actually 2 games between X teammates in this matchup. Okay. So. Quite, was already for quite some rounds a possibility, since both our teams started with losing the 3/4 first rounds, and then we drew the next 2 rounds and they won the 4th. So we are only not in the 5th round on equal match points. And I assume actually that the chance actually was quite high of this happening, since we already played multiple teams that are also low in the standings. Yeah. But these matchups actually on the bottom have been very close since last round. I think there were 5 teams with 1 match point and all drew their matches. 2 against each other and then 3rd against someone with 2 match points. So no one wants to end in last. I think, except of that, no one cares, but everyone wants to avoid the last place. But yeah, I don't know. So yeah, knight f6. If they play bishop g5, I have the option of queen b6 too, which is also a very reasonable square. Or I could just go knight f6. Not sure yet. Also e3 in that position is actually a move. It gives back my, if they just recapture, it gives back my extra pawn, but also opens lines. Don't think it's, yeah, probably unnecessary to do that. Like then after that I could play something like 95. But maybe then all they have, the advantage of having this pawn is that they never really have f4. Although f4 is also, without the e-pawn, way less tempting. So now, like, we could go into that line I was saying earlier. Let's consider it for a second. Here. Here. But yeah, let's say they don't go into this concrete variation. Oh. Was I at all the time playing bishop h3 in this position? I guess I only played 97 after queen d2. Okay, so but yeah, so now it's no longer relevant, and so now this is just yeah, it was anyway not... Yeah, they stopped this, right? This was in multiple ways a blunder. After something like bishop g5, you break the pin. a5 here. Looks actually a very reasonable square from a queen. Don't think any like direct trying to put pressure on d5 is already like... Yes, as some setup at b6 and bishop b7 is not unreasonable. To then maybe put extra pressure with rook e5 or something on this pawn. Also after with starting with b6, now I really can prepare, try to get in b5. Since now after if I have first played b6, then after e5 I very happily of course play b5. So b6 is on the candidate move list. And for that even, yeah, like a5 for them might be also on the candidate move list. But then I probably just play rook b8 and b5. Since I don't even need to bother for bishop d7. Yeah, maybe I think it might be a very reasonable idea to start here with b6. I think because I have this pawn, yeah, maybe it's not that I traded to one pair of knights off, which is very good for me. And also, yeah, they have just not any kingside attack anymore. So now I don't need to rush my counterplay on the queen side. I can just slowly build it up. Play b6, bishop d... maybe rook b8 or bishop d7 first, I don't know. If they attack this pawn, I just defend it. And then slowly I go for b5. And then next like b4 obviously, and yeah. And at that point I guess the downside of it is b6 plan is that I can only use one of the two here, since otherwise a6 just hangs. That's the downside of that plan. Oh! Do I ever go instead? So b6, rook b8, queen d7 to prepare b5 like that. And after any bishop g4, I just snap take it off. Okay, they go for a5 here. Very, very reasonable. Now, yeah, now I keep the bishop here and go. Now this is also sometimes an idea, but here doesn't feel right. I think that's more if there's still a pawn here that they also need to defend, and then maybe we can trade it. But yeah, there is no pawn on e4 anymore. Obviously, the knight could set itself in b6. But then... okay. Since from b6 it's also defending the square. So that's a nice idea. Okay. Maybe I rushed with this. Could be that in this position b6 was a better move. I can already play b5 in this position. Like my queen is covering this. So b5 take here, knight a4. Now I sort of went away of my earlier idea of not rushing that. Then I can play queen b4 even. Could be some issues on the queen side in that line. So b5 here, knight a4, queen b4, take, and knight b6. And maybe I'm not able to keep a6. Although I win b2 in the back. Oh no, there's a pawn in the way. But I win maybe e4. So rook b8. Let's say they take. Maybe I just take with this, but even if I take here. Oh no, then this is with the tempo. Although then rook c2. And b2 is hanging, and he is hanging. Although bishop d4, no. And then here. Whoa. Although then bishop c4 again in the end. Ooh. Yeah, if I don't play b5, they play knight a4. Also, yeah, I back blocked my bishop here. There was no... I just wanted to open up my bishop here. In that position, I could just go... Don't need to go b4, I can go b7 actually, even putting pressure here. That's nice. A little bit risky, of course, but this is true. Maybe I then, yeah, before going for that. I just play somewhere king h8. Oh, queen c7. 94, 97. Saying, yeah, not some time with that, but that's okay. Or what if I just play king h8 here? I play knight here, then I play knight here. And b5 next. King h8, knight a4, 97. Okay, let's first go check the direct line again. Can also just go back and say, why did you put your knight on a4? Or just at least, or maybe just go back to c7, being from the back rank still. Maybe they can go for something like one of the rooks to here to try to get in b4. But then, yeah, the other idea I had was getting in a5. Also, just bishop b7. Okay, let's go for b5. I almost want to pre-move this, but that's a little bit tricky pre-move. Actually, did I consider b4 take? Does my queen get trapped? Oh no, damn. At least I saw it now. Saw it relatively okay. But that's nasty. Guess maybe 97. They also open up my super nice bishop. No. b4 is still not a threat in that position. Taking b4. No, it is because I'm then attacking the knight. Okay, so capture here, b4, 97. Yeah, that's... They can then capture here. I capture with a knight. Can get some tempo against my queen. I can just go back. Think. Damn. Okay, I need to. Here, b4, 97. One they have 94 directly. I think I still have that, but after capturing here, now they have 94. Like at that point, this is sometimes hanging, but okay, they don't go for that. Oh no, they could still go for that. That's b4 here, obviously. Yeah, we will see. Yeah, I should have seen that earlier, but at least I saw it before doing like a massive blunder. Maybe I gave away some advantage, or even I'm worse here, but at least I haven't blundered any material yet. b4. Not an easy move to see, for sure. Yeah, obviously there is a pen here, but it feels with my bishop here. Yeah, maybe it's not. Also after a5, could still, like in this position, a5 probably doesn't even stop b4. I don't, then, yeah, no. since this rook in the end still hangs. Yeah, I guess the reason this, although yeah, otherwise there would be a pawn here, so it still would be. But then there might have been at least 94 tactics. Yeah. In the positions where my queen here is, do have some tactics at that point. So b4, 97, 90, no, take. Like I could also do not recapture that, but then probably c6 comes. Yeah. Oh, that's very... So b4, 97, take, knight c5, knight a4. No, not knight c7, but after this capture, queen b4 with the tempo on the knight. Then they have c6, bishop here. Take. That works, I think. This is a queen. This even goes to checkmate in the end. But could be that in that line, after the capture here and recapture, how is the piece stuck then? Okay, that's probably okay for me. So b4 here, capture, queen b4, c6, bishop here, take, and just recapture. So now we both took a piece. I'm attacking the queen. I'm even attacking the rook, potentially. Obviously that hook capture would be highly risky. But we just, I guess we traded the b for the c pawn in that variation in a very complex way, and the two knights. Maybe. No, it's in the end there's still tempo, the queen. So where does the queen go in the end of the variation? Maybe c2. But then I can keep harassing the queen. And then, yeah, then they maybe need to take. Because if they go to the back rank, I don't know, I can't, like if I would have been here, I could have blood start 97. Yeah, well, like, I have seen this move. Maybe they go just rook b1, actually. Then maybe queen c. And we will see. Yeah, yeah. I for sure shouldn't have allowed this, but it's hopefully not the end of the world. So yeah, rook b1 here. And get, yeah, probably this one. But then I go just back. Take knight here. I could put more pressure on that. These lines I have sometimes the option of playing, although I also think there's a line hook on b1, right? It's not that there is knight b3. You have b5 too. Also something to keep in mind that my queen is at least defended in this position. So don't know that much variations why it's relevant, but guess they have... No, after a move like bishop g4, I think now I nicely can take, since now I have the c4 square. Still, there's still stuff like rook a4. No, then I can take. And also, yeah, and anyway, I'm just now threatening the knight, right? Which I wasn't earlier. Oh, this whole variation didn't work, I think. Oh no, there's no bishop here. Okay. I was again hallucinating. I was thinking that there's some stuff here, but... Yeah, the fact that there's a pawn here robs me of a lot of tactical options. Like, in some variations I probably would like to play knight takes e4, for example. At least they didn't blitz their reply here. Which, that's 97 nook by 4, the most logical reply. Once, yeah, you realize that queen takes b4 was not a move. But yeah, maybe in general, if you know queen takes b4 is not a move, you anyway just play b4 and then see later. That you already, that, yeah, worst case, they can trade a b for the c pawn, which likely is good for them. So, is it, yeah, like, even if we get just a position where a lot gets liquidated, I have my rook already behind my passer. Like, whenever this trade happens, now this rook maybe never needs to move. It's just ready to help this. My bishop is already also here helping. Obviously, whenever this trade happens, they can challenge that, but still. Like the moment the dark square bishops gets raided, now my knight is very stable on c5. And just, yeah, a very strong piece, defending e4, always looking at these forward squares. Some lines helping the pawn to be at least stable on a4. Ooh. Okay. So after here, I want this, right? So I think that is the most concrete variation to calculate, so let's check that. If they, for example, play rook c1, now I think I can just take here with the knight. If they play something like rook b8, now I can capture here. Because there is still potentially that, but yeah, with queens traded, I'm fine. The rook can't capture because that rook hangs. So let's calculate this line here, here. Let's say rook c1 to have the option of rook b1. Knight c5, rook b1. Although at that point I also have just a square for my queen on a5. Or maybe they have this, since here and then 94. Since, yeah, whenever I need to, so my knight at some point recaptures on c5. Whenever this capture, I need to recapture with the d pawn. Now this, yeah, there's one, the d pawn is just very fast, and also whenever it pushes, it opens all these potential checks. For example, like d6. Yeah, basically would already be a double threat. So let's say in this position, the capture, and I'm forced to recapture with a d pawn. Now these, yeah, I guess let's say this is forced, this variation. That the knight is gone. Now d6 ball threatens queen d5 with a fork against my king and rook, and also threatens d7. Like there are multiple ways to stop that, but still. Okay, they are doing Seikal Classic, but yeah, I can't relax with that. They are very comfortable on the 45-second increment. But yeah, in general, I think most board ones are very comfortable on that. It feels, since yeah, if you experienced for over the board play, it's like it's basic. It's almost double as much as over the board increment. Like since you have one, it's 30 seconds versus 45, and you don't need to write down your moves. I think yeah, it's probably very close to double. And that's yeah, almost okay. This was obviously a very much a candidate move. But after, let's say, queen c7, take, knight takes. There's like stuff like here. But I think rook takes. And that doesn't look good for me at all. They would be forced to take with a queen there. Oh, even, yeah. Even if they can just move the queen, probably that would be too greedy to take that pawn. I think... Yeah, after queen c7, there is also some b5 stuff. A take and knight b5. And queen c7 just looked a natural move. They are getting quite a lot of play here. After this b4. My bishop also, like, it's open, but it's almost doing nothing anymore. It's controlling still squares on the diagonal, so it's not a useless piece, but... And it's obviously still a decent defender of my king too. After b5, could I consider a5? I think I could. Yes, that's... And then the knight could go to b6. They play knight e4, anyway can play knight b6. They have then a pass pawn on b5, but I don't think that does much. They would have immense control over the c4 square, but they really can't do anything with that c4 square. Okay. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, obviously they have no immense compensation. Can force the issue with a5, but I think now they are very much ready to take. You can see already this and 94. Oh yeah, this. And if I take with the queen, there's already knight e4. Rook b8. But after capture, I can remove one of the rooks. Obviously, I have one defender less of the a pawn. Okay, rook b8 looks a logical move. After the capture here, I can put here since they don't have time, since that is with a check, crucially. They could recapture back with a knight. Then after here, need to take with a pawn. At least I can already move the knight to b1. But then yeah, d6. So rook b8, take. Rook here, knight. Knight, bishop. Take d6. Good. Something like queen b6. Since that is at that point a weakness. Although then d7. Just queen b7. That stops at least this check and stops d7. Knight a4 here. Knight a4 might be a very decent move. some point I probably need to shift to that direction. Knight a4. No, they are really... No, after knight. Okay, they go for this. This. Yes. Still, I think, yes, they can all force this, but I still prefer that this bishop is gone. Since then also I have bishop PIDs. So here, take here, d6, queen b7. If bishop c4, and maybe king h8. Or bishop e6, but then yeah, there's some d7 issues. No, that doesn't work, I think. I think I need to play king h8 at that point. Never, like, now really threatening knight b3, I think, because my queen is undefended. Like, it's a team now in the position, but it's so far off of ever happening. Okay, I think I'm gonna pre-move this. I think I'm comfortable with it. Yeah. So at some point, I very much would like to get bishop d4 in. You know, at this moment it would drop a piece, so it's not yet in the position. But yeah, I think they now need to play d6. After which, oh no, they don't play d6. I guess now, yeah, they are. And they might. Okay, I didn't see this, that they might win here pawn back. Okay. Yeah, this I didn't realize from afar. There is here some potential, but I don't think it works. Like bishop d4, queen here, take here, d3. It's almost, this pawn is almost going through, but yeah, it's not really working. I have bishop here. Yeah, maybe. It's passive for the moment. Now d6 is really out of the position. Like what's the knight? I guess the knight can come here, attack this. Would be quite brave to capture that. Also bishop b2 here, although I think this is just fine for them. Queen b6, queen c5. Do I have a tactic there? Bishop f5, although there might be some g4 stuff. Okay, bishop f8. What's their next move? I think knight c3. Though I maybe have queen here. My bishop is defending this. Now I'm threatening this also. Okay, after here. Here. Like any checks on this diagonal, I always have queen g7. I'm putting all my pieces on the back rank. What? Are they gone? Do they have some internet connection issue? I don't think I have. I almost want to give them extra time. What do I assume they... But I think they are gone, right? Don't want to win like that. I can't keep doing this, of course, too. How much... What's the etiquette here? This was, yeah, like this game is way too interesting to win on time. But yeah, like... I think I do like at least, let's see a couple more. It's not that... I'm not even sure I'm allowed to do this. Like, feel free to send me a matches. What should I do? I don't know what to do. I don't want to win on time here. Like, because they are disconnected. Nah, still not here. Let's give them one extra minute. I think this, yeah. I'm not even thinking about the position now anymore. If they now return, I think it's very much possible that I... Oh, they are back. Okay, no, I'm not giving extra time anymore. Okay, they make a move. So queen e5. Oh, the queen e5 allows knight c4. Can take here. Oh, that's super. Holy shit. How is that? Although knight c4, I think I play queen d4 actually. That's 96. My bishop is defending that. I think the main idea is actually queen d4. Okay. Now I need to... Okay, I think I need to take here a little bit to relax down, get back into the game. Also, this might be sometimes an idea here. Looks quite scary. Obviously, that runs into some knight c4 ideas, but here it would be checkmate, so... Okay. Yeah, I think I want to win this on the chessboard, not on and if I know I don't win or even lose, yeah, I will be able to live with that. I hope my teammates forgive me in case that happens. Yeah, so now this is... But here I have bishop d6. And that's very uncomfortable to meet. On g3 I can take. f4 I obviously can take. There's also no d6 takes anymore. Even not d6 with the pawn sacrifice. Okay, could of course at some point come back in the position, but I think I probably want to at some point get my king of this diagonal, so I'm actually threatening to take here. But likely I first will react to what they are doing here. Okay, g3. So if I take on h3, this pawn falls. Is that an issue or not? Also this pawn falls. Okay, I have h5, h4. But then maybe I take and then h5, h4. Just completely ignoring the queen side. Like it's not that they will eliminate my queen side, but it's not that they gain anything there. But maybe then I will not have enough to actually win the game. Like maybe they can then get some queen trade somewhere or something like that. F here, but then there's f4. Don't have en passant since now my queen is undefended. Queen b2. No, that doesn't do anything. c4, does that do something? Like it forces the capture, but I think I will take on h3. Oh, there's no, there's no g4. But I need to be aware of g4 at least. But now it's checkmate, but if it's not checkmate... oh yeah, at least I need to have the check. If I play something like h5, then I have queen h6. And that's here. Might be slightly annoying. Yeah, that's a little bit annoying. So I push this pawn. I have rook c8, 97, or knight here. Take. Then here, oh. After rook c8, I have also bishop a6. I can then trade here. e5, knight b7. Oh no, I don't have that move. That's annoying. Mm-hmm. Queen g7. Like, need to be aware of the square then. And yeah, for example, with lines like this, then after taking here, now maybe g4 becomes in the picture. I see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, they're giving me back the time. Might be that I need to save this pawn, but then here, I'm really not sure what is happening. Maybe I just go back here. No, then this pawn was hanging. Okay, this. My position then starts to feel very loose. But yeah, I fear if I trade these two pawns, that there might be not enough material left to win in some lines. It's not like directly. Oh yeah, that's in a lot of lines, like where the pieces get raided, it will become drawish, even if I remain a pawn up. Oh, now see. So after here, take, like we trade everything here. I give checkmate. Oh no, they have here. Oh, that's just... He's barely survived there. Oh no, but I win the bishop then. But I win my bishop back. Oh, what's that line? So here, no, so here, let's say bishop here, take, here, check, here. Take, take. Oh, this pawn is actually quite strong. I don't have any checks. I have this check in that position. Oh, so if they need... Oh no, this pawn is defended. So that doesn't work. Okay, so here, although I can... That was another option. That's after the capture here. Take here with the bishop, they take with the rook. I give this check, they still cannot block. With nothing here. Does it change anything? Oh, I can do it. I keep my bishop actually. No, then they can block, so that doesn't work. Although then I would take on a6 in the end. Okay, no. Can't get it figured out. Yeah, that's the problem of being out of the zone for a second. It's very tricky to get back into it. Oh. Take. So... So rook here, 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 check, here, here. Now if they trade queen, if they trade here, then I stay a piece up, so they need to capture directly. Then I have this check. Then here. Maybe here. The rook goes back. There's not a mate there. That's crazy. Now I have this here then. Although the queen can move. I feel that there should be something in that line. But I am not getting it figured out. Yeah. Ah! Get back in the zone. Looked so... The position here with the king here. The queen here, the king here. Rook here. Looked very much winning, but I didn't see it. Yeah, okay. Think I can take this. There could be some tactic for sure here. Oh, bishop here. I have this at least. Think. If I can play e3, I'm threatening checkmate. Very much relevant. Okay, they go for this combination. So here, if they give like a check here, think here. Or here. Take. Rook takes. Otherwise, this just falls, right? Something like here. Here. This. Take. Taking him with a knight. Okay. So here, knight, this. Yeah, maybe that's not it. here. They're gonna get checks here. No, here. Yeah. Although this no, this is draw. Damn. Yeah. Maybe should. Yes. So here. And yeah, I assume I need to. Yeah, it's just a draw here, right? Don't think they can avoid. You could say that my king is now slightly weaker. I think that's a very valid argument, but. Yes. Assume it's time to offer a draw here, or what do they want to play on? Ah. Damn. Yeah, I'm sure I should have had some win at some point. I'm curious here. I think this was the critical position. I took my time here, so no, I took my time. Okay. Let's remove the engine for now. Let's open Twitch. Yeah, thank you. We gave it a nice show. That was not a. Gave it a nice show. That was not a. I didn't even think about, like, I was already forgetting that I could have taken the win there, but yeah. Like, it was such a. I just wanted to play the position, so yeah, it would feel like I would have taken away something of myself. Did someone save the chat? Looks like. Although I can also just. Now I can see it via. Since I'm not showing it on screen. Okay, so move 24. Oh, bishop f8 was. I felt so nice of my bishop f8. Queen b8. And to get in this e3. Oh. But yeah, it's not at all super clear. But yeah, I can believe that this is super strong. Like now I'm getting in on their king. So yeah, I didn't have anything here. It felt so close in this position. Don't know. Did you calculate stuff? What was it? Oh wow. No. And in this position, right? So in this position, rook c8. Yeah, like I was really like, what should I do here? Okay, so my rook b8. Yeah, I didn't even have really that big an advantage after gaining the pawn. I assumed you had good compensation, but I assumed at least at some advantage at some point. I knew I'd give it away also at some point. But yeah, let's go to the beginning. Maybe get remove engine. So let's don't know like so yes, doing. Thanks. Oh, Joe Coordinator for the subscription. Thanks. Like, I feel yeah, giving your teammate the extra time. Oh, you knew it until move 11. Wow. This was still. This is actually. Yeah, I saw here. I really didn't know what to do, but I think c5. I assume c5 is the main move here. Yeah, e5 is played more, but I don't think e5 is. Yeah, c5 is better here. Don't know until where do I actually had games. Let's see until where I had actually had games. You had yeah, normal. Although here people took. I guess since people see this trick with 94, so because of that they take with the e pawn. But it looks like it's playable like this. Did I have played e5? Yeah, but I didn't even consider playing e5. Oh wow, this is the game against Bertolini. Did I play then e5? Yes, that was... I completely got crushed. But yeah, now... I was thinking, can I play an other move than c5? But I thought, yeah, then I don't understand positions at all. Let's just play c5. But I wasn't sure what was happening here. I assumed I would have played queen a5. I don't know if you know this position or didn't even consider it. I guess since you are still in theory. Yeah, it took quite some time then for playing the moves. Yeah, here e6 looked... Although, looks like I here have played it in Bengal style. Although b5 before e6. Yeah, I also lost that game. It's some thunderstorm here. So c takes d5, rook e8. I gave it back to you in the end. I don't know what happened with your did you just lose your connection? Then yeah, here I saw the trick, but I was really second guessing myself. Oh yeah, I didn't do it directly here, since in this position I assumed there was maybe some bishop b5. So I thought I include a6 b4 because of that. I think I assume that's logical. Yeah, I've gotten... So knight this after here. So like grabbing a pawn for the knight is not... Yeah, I assume actually this pawn having on e4 is often just more... It was more in the way for me than being an extra pawn. So I assume it makes some sense. Although, yeah, you say you were out of theory here. Yeah. No, you knew bishop e2 still. Yeah, I guess this is maybe... Yeah, I didn't know of if any of these lines was a thing. But yeah, still f4 is also still coming, so then let's say maybe, yeah, I was not sure, like here, something like this, what this is. But I can see it being better for you that the spawn is just in the way. But yeah, like you... Ah, you remembered it wrong, okay. So queen d2. Did you have a big reason not castling directly? Were you afraid of some... Were you maybe afraid of queen h4? And did you want to stop that? Yeah, like it doesn't like in the sense that it's not playing for an advantage. But it was like, for as far as I saw, it's all you're also not really worse. Yes, I was considering this. I'm not sure if I would have done it. Like I was saying some lines like this. Not sure what here. What here is happening. Although, yeah, after taking here, now I need to move the bishop back, and then this is still getting trapped, actually. Because maybe here I can go all in, like sacrifice the rook too. Not sure. And anyway, this, yeah, stop this. Yeah, I was not even, I was not like in concrete considering that much. It was more that I was like at that point and like it was your time, right? So I was just some vague idea. So I had an idea in my mind, but I hadn't calculated the lines completely out. Yeah, here afterwards I was not happy with knight f6. I think maybe here I maybe should have played b6, not allowing a5. Yes, that's potential. Let me see. If you want, let me then turn off the music. Invite guest. Temporando. Sent invite. I think I sent you an invite. Can also actually send you a link via Slack. Jokic, I don't know if you are still here, but yeah. Thank you for send me the nice thumbnail picture. You are here? Hello? I don't hear you. Don't know if you're talking. You are in the collab, but I'm not hearing you. Maybe your mic is turned off. Can you hear me? Yes, now I can hear you. But you, yeah, I can turn the volume up. That's now I can see that. Yeah, I will share my screen. So let's share. And let me do this. I turned off also your volume. Okay. So yeah, here in this position, yeah, afterwards, yeah, I felt like, yeah, there was no need to directly go for knight f6. I was maybe considering b6 in this position to stop your... Although I didn't really, I only considered actually after you played a5. I was in this position after knight f6 when you were thinking I was, okay, next move I want to play b6, but obviously you played a5, so maybe I should have played here b6. Yeah, I thought you wanted b6, bishop e7, and then knight f6. Yes, yes. I think.
And then, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I can play bishop c4, but I'm just done.
Yeah, I think here also, and maybe I can slowly prepare b5 too. I think.
What does the engine say?
I don't. It just says it's just equal. Actually, it says you have full compensation. So. Yeah, my pawn on e4 is more in the way than anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
In this case.
Say again?
My mic is bad.
Yeah, but it's okay now.
Sorry.
No problem, no problem. So after.
Yeah, I just said that it's difficult for me to play for an advantage in this case.
Yes, yes.
But maybe I can still play for b4 or something.
Although, yeah, here with my pawn on b6, b4 is not really doing anything, right?
I think.
Then
I see if I. Maybe I can attack e4.
Yes, e4. But yeah, even if I lose e4, then yeah, my pieces also get open, I guess.
Yeah.
So probably.
So I thought maybe this was better.
Yeah. So after a5.
Yeah, I thought I had to prevent queen a5.
You are more about queen e5. Okay.
Yeah.
Like what's queen e5 really doing?
What was your plan?
Yeah, if you don't play a5, I would have played b6. So yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were stopping b6. And also, yeah, I guess sometimes knight e4, knight b6 ideas. So that was the reason I played b5 directly to stop that. I think, but yeah, I had missed b4 from afar.
And here I thought you messed up. I thought that this is a great position for me.
Yeah, I think I only saw b4 after I played b5. At that point I had seen it, but yeah, there's no way back at that point. Yeah, so.
I thought maybe knight to b7 back.
Yes. Yeah, that was my other alternative indeed.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously not an easy move to make, accepting that, yeah, you went wrong. But yeah, maybe it's okay. Not sure.
Maybe I haven't gone on, just my move changed the situation.
Yeah, obviously, but
I
don't think it's that the position has changed that much that it's worth 2 tempi for me, but yeah. But yeah, it's still sometimes it can still be the best move here. Yeah, I'm just, in general, pretty sure that knight f6 was not the best move. It was not at all necessary to already play it. Yeah, like on d7, the knight is way more flexible. It has like 3 wards to go to. But yeah, I just wanted to open up my bishop, but my bishop is anyway not getting out, so doesn't no need to rush that. So yeah, after b4, I think knight e7 was probably quite forced of me. Don't think. Yeah, so was not really considered.
Here I thought about what to do. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think after these takes b takes, I was gonna play queen b4.
Queen to b4. Okay. And I look after c1.
What? fc1. I thought now I can take on c5 with the knight. I thought. Although I guess you still can take here with the bishop, since there's still this.
Rook b1 also.
Rook b1, then at that point I at least have queen. I have multiple options here, but queen e5 maybe. Although I guess you can take on e4 here. Then we trade queens. You gain back your pawn. Although then I think in the end game my a pawn is quite strong. I assume.
I can make it so with rook a1.
But can I then go back with my queen?
But then it's like the game position, or maybe better for you. If queen c7, maybe knight a4.
Yes, knight e4 was in general indeed IDs. That was actually what I avoided with queen b4. Yeah, but can I ever really take that rook? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, or maybe.
It's risky for sure.
That's where the diagonal is.
But maybe with that I already have, like, it's the fact that I already have no f1, I can easier defend the 7th already, at least. So then not only on h8, but yeah, maybe you can set up a battery towards h8 still in those lines. Like, I think at least that exchange checker fires is for sure an option.
It's unclear, but this is better than what I did.
Yeah, so queen c6.
I think okay, b1 is fine.
Rook b8. I thought, yeah, getting at least one pair of hooks out.
And in that position, there is also b takes c5 on over there. Okay.
Yeah, b takes c5 here. Yes. And
then rook c1.
Rook c1. Yes.
Just same position.
Yeah, I guess we got just very similar position here. Maybe no. Yeah. Yeah, it's very basically positions with the same team, but maybe again rook b8 and we get something very similar, like in the game.
If you ever have to capture into the pawn on c5, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that was what I actually wanted to avoid, but at least I thought, no, here I've traded off some rooks. I forced your knight back to b1, so I thought at least I gained quite some time here. Yeah, so, but yeah, since it wasn't, I already saw this was the only position I had a real advantage, but bishop f8 was not a move.
Yeah, I missed that you can play bishop f8.
But yeah, bishop f8, the engine says that it spoils away my advantage. But yeah, the engine line is quite what was it again? Yeah, let's just like queen b8. So yeah, forcing you to take with the queen, since obviously the rook needs to, and then and then I can play e3, boxing open your position. And if you take here, I assume you get problems on the dark squares. But yeah, this is obviously super hard to see this line.
This is quite difficult.
Yeah, this is queen b8 was not at all on my radar here, so yeah. So then the engine will say that I missed like a win here, or big advantage, but like I didn't even consider that move, so yeah, I think more remaneuvering my queen or something, that was on my radar. Also maybe king h8. But yeah, then I saw bishop f8 and I thought, you don't have something direct. I keep my pawn. What?
I thought I'm unstoppable in this case.
Yeah, I thought too, but yet somehow, here I was calculating rook c8 mostly. What? Since it took here like 5 minutes or something at least. How much time did I take for this move? 7 minutes of my 10 minutes. even more, I guess, since you gave me some time on this move. Yeah, what were you going to do against rook c8?
To c8. I'm not sure.
Since that, but yeah, I think you barely hold after something like bishop here. I think here.
I think I want knight to b3.
Knight to.
Oh.
Knight back.
A3.
Okay.
What a6 also.
Knight to a6. Then. Yeah, I guess you can hold this, but. Oh yeah.
Queen takes.
Yeah, queen takes. Okay. Yeah. Here, my bishop pair is not gonna be enough with so little pawns, and yeah, maybe your pawns are actually strong, so that doesn't do anything. Do I have something else? Yeah, I can still not take on d5. That's annoying. I guess no, e3 here, queen d5. Is this something? Oh, also. Oh, well. Where was that? So queen. I also in this position have potentially queen a. Although that's still the same like in variations in the game. But queen d5 looks quite interesting here.
But this is also good as a still. Right. Maybe bishop f3.
Bishop f3. Ah, yeah, okay, yeah, that blocks. There I have nothing. And it's no. No, yeah.
Maybe I'm not you.
Yeah, no, this doesn't work out. Yeah, okay, then yeah, the engine also said it was nothing here, but yeah, I was spending my time here, like. Also, yeah, a5 was also the other alternative.
Yes, a5 is what I thought he would play.
But then I think.
And here I wanted knight to b7.
Yeah, that was what I was expecting. I was not sure what was happening here. I could maybe play here. Thought.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have my pawn, but not. Yeah, I guess at least.
I felt like this is.
Yeah, I think it. Yeah, I think that's.
Right.
I should probably.
You have the a pawn.
Yes.
With the two bishops.
Yeah, maybe there. Although here, do you have g4 here? I was good. Yeah, I was aware of that team.
Maybe that spins the bishop. Yeah. But instead of bishop b4, you also have bishop to c7.
Yes, then that doesn't allow that. But then no, d6 doesn't do anything, I guess. Bishop c4.
Yeah, I wanted queen to c3.
Queen c3.
I wanted to stay. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I would have done that, and yeah, probably hard to keep my a pawn here.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, so and even if I can trade the a pawn for your d pawn, then you should still be able to hold it. Of course, the 3 against 2. If I that was a big thing, that always when I lost the a pawn, it would be very hard to win, even if I remain a pawn up. So
yeah, there was a position later on it's in another ideas.
Yes.
I think you could have got a 3 versus 3. Right here. If you play instead of queen to e5, you can play bishop takes c5.
Yeah, I'd seen that. So here.
But no, wait.
What?
Bishop takes c5.
Yes.
I play queen to c3.
Queen. Yeah, I'd seen that. Yeah, I'd seen that. And there.
Bishop d4. No. Bishop d4. I take on d5.
Yes. That's so. I need to play queen. And here. Okay. Here I get a 3 against 2, but this I never should be able to win. Yeah, so this
was a better style than what you did in the game.
Yeah, but yeah, I saw this position and I saw this. Yeah, I'm not gonna win likely, and then I played just something else, but that was just a direct throw. So obviously still should have tried this. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But overall, yeah, good game, I would say. I think it was very interesting. Was it like the first time you played with Bishop E3 in the? I saw you played some Magakanov, but usually with Knight F3, right?
I have done this in Blitz and Blade games recently.
Yeah, I missed that. But yeah, I couldn't check everything you have ever played. I did a little bit preparation, but
I have a lot of games.
I just choose a couple of IDs.
More recently, I'm trying to play this way.
Yeah, this. I have actually quite some games in this position as white.
Because at least it's stopping the king-side attack, which is very scary. In the other lines.
Yeah, if they play, if they still go here for the typical King's Indian, like my score is like I have 1. I just have it on, like my last, at least my last. What is it? 8 games with white after e5.
This is like the Telegram end game that you play, right?
Yes.
The Telegram game that you're always winning.
Yeah, but yeah, I have a lot of and if you want like this, I have a lot of like model games in these positions, like where I first like close the king side, then I go to the queen side, then back to the king side. That's right, and they have just no moves. I really Yeah, I think this is very nice play from that. But yeah, it was all when I played this as white, it was all the sidelines that so awesome. Although I guess seems like I never faced T5 myself. I know 4 games. Which yeah, it's surprising that so little people play C5 in this position. I guess in the Lichess database, it's the second most played move. So maybe it's only recently coming up, C5 in this position. Could be. Okay, yeah. Nice. Good luck for the rest of the season. I'm not sure, like, I assume there are no other games going on right now, since it's Monday.
Okay, thank you for the game and analysis.
See you.
Very nice. See you.
Okay. It's all a short stream. Not sure, but yeah, I guess I'm gonna keep it here. Starting to play some games now is probably not the smartest idea. So I guess see you guys around tomorrow, probably more rapid. And see you around in Slack enter. I'm not sure if the check what were people saying during the stream. And yeah, so I guess tomorrow, probably next 2 days, I will play Rapid. Maybe some like training session like I did on Saturday with someone. Maybe with actually with Sweet, we will maybe do a session. And then Thursday I will back do Mate in Twos, I think. Likely. So see you around, and maybe let's check if I can rate someone. Sophia, let's give Sophia a rate. Like she's really nice. Say hi for me and give some hype. Some Italian love. Bye, everyone.